Okay, folks, section 15.7, decimal operations and equations with decimals. Okay, Jenna, this first one right here, it says find the sum. What's the very first thing that I want to do here? All right, tell me what I need to do in order. Yeah, they turn into what? A negative. So I've got negative 2.9 and negative 6.5. Okay? Now, Jenna, how many terms do you see there? I've got two. This one and this one. When I put those two things together, and you're welcome to use your calculator, what is negative 2.9 plus negative 6.5? Okay, so we're going to get 9.4. Is it negative or positive? It's negative because I'm just putting these things together. I've got 2.9 negatives and 6.5 negatives. Okay? Evan, you have a question?
No.
Okay, hang on then. Now in the next one, Isabella, what do I need to do first? Okay, tell me how to do that. Yeah, what do they turn into? Good. So now I've got negative 25.38 plus 42.734. Now, Moreau, how many terms do you see there? I see two as well. I've got negative 25.38 and positive 42.734. Now, when I combine those two things in my calculator, what do I get, Barrett? I'm going to get 17 point, what was it? 354. Nice. Okay. Everybody happy with that? Okay. I can type that in my calculator. Do you know where the little negative sign is on the calculator? Where is it? Right by the decimal, is it? Okay. It's underneath the 3. Do you agree? You could flip these two, couldn't you, Emily? Emily's discussing, she's talking about the commutative property of addition. She's saying, I'm always adding these two things. I could put the 42.734 in the front and the minus 25.38 in the back, and then it looks just like a subtraction problem. Okay? But remember, we're always adding, aren't we? I'm adding negatives and positives. That's all I'm ever doing, adding negatives and positives. Okay? Let's look at the next one here. Perform the indicated operation. This first one, it says negative 0.7 times 18.4. Well, you can use your calculator. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it by hand here. Remember, if we're multiplying by hand, I know my answer is going to be negative because one's negative and one's positive. 18 point, let me give myself a little bit more room. 18.4 times 0.7. I'm not going to put the sign in there. I know my sign's going to be negative. 7 times 4 is 28. Put down my 8, carry my 2. 7 times 8 is 56, and 2 is 58. Carry my 5. 7 times 1 is 7, and 5 is 12. Put a little 0 right there, because remember, we've moved over 1 now. Oh, look, it's all zeros anyway, isn't it? Because that number's 0. So add 8, 8, 2, 1, 0. How many numbers in my answer do I need behind the decimal point? How many, Vivian?
As many as are behind, like 2.
I need this one and this one, so I need 2 behind the decimal point. We'll put it right there, 12.88. Now you were using your calculators. Did you get negative 12.88 as your answer?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Good. Why is it smaller than 18.4? How did I multiply 18.4 and it turned into something smaller? How did that happen, Elise?
You're multiplying it by
Well, not because I'm multiplying it by a negative. Rowan?
Well, because like 10.7 is either like a whole, so it's gonna be less than the number you multiply.
It's less than 1,
Yeah.
right? Because the number I'm multiplying it by is less than 1. Folks, I got negative 4.5 times negative 9.25. You punch that into your calculator. I know it's going to be somewhere around 40. What did you get, Emma?
41.625.
41.625. Everybody happy with that one?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. Just doing a little practice here. How about down here? Negative 29.07 divided by negative 1.9. Who wants to tell me the answer for that one? David, what'd you get?
15.3.
15.3?
Yeah.
Nice. Positive or negative? Yeah, it should be, because that's negative and that's negative. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. Now 16.83 divided by negative 3.3, Evan, what'd you get?
Negative 5.1.
Negative 5.1. Is everybody happy with negative 5.1? Do you feel confident that you can use your calculator to arrive at an answer? You feeling good there?
It's hard.
Okay. All right. Here, let's move to the next example then. Solve the equation. X plus 4.7 is equal to 3.5. What's it mean to solve? What's it mean to solve, Bailey? Oh, no, that's what evaluate means. What does solve mean, Elizabeth? Get the variable by itself. Okay, now the variable's not by itself. What do I need to do to get the variable by itself, Aiden?
X plus 4.7.
But it's algebra on the other side too, right? Okay, so now, what happens to those two things, Hannah?
They cancel out.
Good, and I'm left with what?
X.
Good. Nice job, Aiden. Nice job, Hannah. What do I get on the other side? 3.5. That should be a minus there, right? Okay, because I subtracted 4.7 on that side. What do I get on that on the right side now? Barrett?
You get, sorry, 1 second.
It's okay.
Negative 1.2.
Negative 1.2. Everybody happy with that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Nice. Well, let's look over here. Bailey, what's it mean to solve? Absolutely. Is the variable by itself? How do I get it by itself? I'm going to add 6.9. Daniel? 6.91.
Oh,
It was hiding from you there. But it's, Bailey, it's algebra. Got to do it to the other side also. 6.91. Do you see why we were practicing adding and subtracting decimals a minute ago? Because now we're in these equations and they've got decimals. Okay? So what does that leave me with, Emily, on the left side over here?
Y.
Just y. Good. And on the right side, what do I get, Vivian?
You get $4.65.
4.65. Everybody happy with that one? Everybody agree with that one? What if it said solve and check? What would you do? What would you do? Rowan?
You would put parentheses.
I put parentheses.
4.6, or sorry, minus 6.91.
Uh-huh.
Negative 2.26.
Right?
Put 4.65.
4.65, I'm sorry, 4.65 in the parentheses.
And then
And then you could use your calculator and see if you got the right answer. Okay? I think we did on that. All right? Okay, let's look at the next example. All right. Now, negative 0.6 m is equal to negative 5.1. It says solve, Elise. What does it mean to solve? Get the variable by itself. Is it by itself? What's happening to it? So how do I undo that multiplication by negative 0.6? Divide by what? Okay, negative 0.6. But wait a minute, Emma, this is algebra. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, so what do I have remaining now on the left side, David? M. And what do I get on the right side over there, Daniel? 8.5. Is it positive or negative? Tell me why it's positive. Exactly. A negative divided by a negative is going to give us a positive. Okay? Wow. Okay, what do I do for this other one over here? Let me rewrite it so we have a little bit of room. N divided by negative 0.8 is equal to 1.75. Okay? Is the variable by itself, Rowan? It's not. What's happening to it, Elizabeth? So how do I undo that division by -8, Zachary?
You times it.
I times it by -8. But that means I times this entire side by -8. Right? And this side by -8. What do I need to do here? I mean, what, Jenna?
Do -8/1.
I would like to do -8/1 to remind myself that I'm not multiplying -8 by -8 because that gives me positive 64. And now it's going to be n divided by 64. I don't want that, right? I'm multiplying the whole side by the whole number, or the integer 8, -8, so I put it over 1. So what happens to those two -8s there, Vivian?
They cancel out.
They cancel out and they leave me with what? N. And what do I get on the other side, Aiden? Am I right? Nice. -14. Good. Let's look at this last example here. It's a little bit of a word problem. It's actually an entire word problem, not just a little bit of one. When a chipmunk hibernates, its weight decreases by about 0.31 pounds. They don't say pounds because it's not a whole pound, right? I don't know if you remember at the Perot Museum, they had a little video on one of the sections, and they had a chipmunk that was hibernating, and the scientists picked it up, and the chipmunk was it was zonked out. After hibernation, a chipmunk weighs about 0.35 pounds. Find the weight of a chipmunk before the hibernation. Okay, well, how do I do that? What do you think, Rowan?
X.
X, which is the weight before, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Minus, did you say?
30.31
0.31?
equals
0.35, the new weight after hibernation. What do I do to get rid of the 0.31 there? Jenna?
You add 0.31.
I'm going to add 0.31, but wait a minute, it's algebra.
So what you do one side, you
Have to do it to the other side. What do I have left over here on the left side? What do I have, Aiden?
6.
No, on the left side? X. Good. And what do I get over on the right side, Isabella? 0.66 what? Pound. Okay? LB. All right? And that is our answer. LB is an abbreviation of the Latin word meaning pound, and I think it's labium, L-A-B-I-U-M, or labium, or something like that. I'll check on it and find out, but that's what it comes from. I'm sorry? Yeah, sort of like that. All right. Great job, guys. You're done. You're ready for your homework.